Well, good morning. It is December the 31st, and this is my last devotional given in the mornings. I thank you all for who have joined and been part of this. And through this COVID, I hope it's been helpful and given you a little encouragement each day. And thank you. I can thank you for many of you who have followed every day. I hear about it and hear it from people from all over the country and sometimes all over the world, a few. So thank you so much for joining us, and I appreciate that. Relationships are something else. As a pastor, people sometimes find this hard to believe, but as a pastor, there are very, very few people in my entire ministry that I did not like. I liked everybody. Some people say, well, you don't like me. No, I liked everybody. Was I close to everybody? No. Some people I worked closer with, but I think of all the people over the years, of the people I just didn't like, there were probably less than 5. And I think that's quite remarkable. But a pastor is like that. A pastor's heart, they call it. And he loves his congregation. I certainly have loved my congregations. Sometimes we had some rough experience. Sometimes we had some great experiences together, but always pressing forward. But I've had experience of being with such wonderful people. Well, the story is that there were 2 teardrops that dropped into the river. And one of the teardrops said, well, who are you? And the teardrop said, well, I am from a woman who lost her lover. And then the first one said to the second, but who are you? It said, well, I am from a woman who got the same guy, who ended up with him. Relationships, getting along with people. Well, I hope you get along with each other and that things go well with you and that you have good relations. If not, see what you can do to mend them and to make them right and to make them go, huh? Because we need each other, like in the cartoon, Lucy was saying to Snoopy, well, Snoopy, sometimes, I just can't stand to be around you. At other times, you give me a hug. Sometimes you bug me. Sometimes I want to give you a hug. And Snoopy replied, and thinking, he goes, yes, well, that's who I am, huggable and buggable. Well, I think we all have that in us, don't we? Huggable and buggable. I remember when I was in the 6th grade, I was in Massachusetts, and Mr. Brendel asked me to go up to Camp Winnipeg and to help out for a couple of weeks, for a week of camp, because I didn't want to really go to camp. I'd had a bad experience earlier. But I went up to camp and during the summer, and I had a job, and I had a chance to work the waterfront. Oh, there was a lifeguard there. I thought, oh, he is everything. He is strong and handsome, and everybody likes him and everything. Well, I hung out with him. One time I was there and we were by ourselves, and I was, tagging along, and he turned to me and said, you bug me to death. Camp was no longer fun after that. Camp was done. Fortunately, it was at the end of the week and I was going home, and I will never forget that. I hope that I have not said that to discourage someone. I confess it now. I'm sure there are times when I have. Boy, I don't want to discourage people. So I want to be an encouragement today in your relationships with one another, and that you have a wonderful relationships with people. But as my final thing, I would like to give a final greeting to all of you, and that Paul gave at the end of his Thessalonica letters. This is the last little bit of it, and he said this to them in 2 Thessalonians verse 3, chapter 3, verse 16. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace all times and in every way, and the Lord be with you all. May the Lord be with you all. Dear Lord, in this particular part of my ministry, by that request that the Lord, you be near them all, and that you comfort them and help them. And as we pass through the years ahead, that your grace will be sufficient. I thank you in Jesus' precious name. Amen. All right, God bless you. Have a great life and a happy new year. And thank you again for tuning in.